Hello friends, welcome to another new chapter which is part of integration. Today we will study API. So what are APIs? Or as you can see in this picture, application programming interface. As you can see, your app or integration hub, it can be connected to the Salesforce, or Salesforce can interact with different web service outside of the org. So this is possible. Yes, this is possible by APIs, application programming interface. So there are different APIs. So different web service or websites, they can interact with each other. So there must be some protocol between them. So we call them APIs. So what is an API? APIs are mechanisms that enable two software components to communicate with each other using a set of definitions and protocols. For example, the weather bureau's software system contains daily weather data. So the weather application on your phone talks to this system via APIs and shows your daily weather updates on your phone. So all of us, I think we have, daily weather updates. So when we click it, it updates. So what happens? It will connect to that website, my application on my phone. It will communicate with that website and then get the information and will be updated. This is possible by APIs. So what does API stand for? API stands for Application Programming Interface. In the context of APIs, the word application refers to any software with a distinct function. Interface can be thought of as a contract of service between two applications. This contract defines how the two communicate with each other using request and response. Their IPA documentation contains information on how developers are to structure those requests and responses. Means in these two functions on my phone, one send request, the other one response. This is the basic logic of how APIs they work. One makes calls out, the other one responds. Call out or request. So how do APIs work? APIs architecture is usually explained in the term of client and server. Client requests, right? Server provides response. The application sending the request is called the client. The IAM client or my application on my phone is a client, and the application sending the response is called the server. So in the weather example, Barrow's weather database is server and the mobile application is a client. Yeah, there are 4 different ways that APIs can work depending on when and why they were created. SOAP APIs. These APIs use simple object access protocol. Simple. Client and server exchange messages using XML. This is a less flexible API that was more popular in the past, but it is more tight, complex, or secure, or it was more popular. RPC APIs. These APIs are called remote procedure calls. The client completes the function or procedure on the server, and the server sends the outback to the client. This is another type of APIs. How they work, actually, the way they work. This is another way. WebSocket APIs is another modern web API development that uses JSON, not XML. So there are two ways normally we use to communicate with the application that communicate with each other. One is XML, one is JSON. JSON object to pass data. A WebSocket API support two-way communication between client application and the server. The server can send back callback message to connected client, making it more efficient than REST APIs. This is another use case. REST APIs. These are the most popular and flexible APIs found on the web today. The client sends requests to the server as data. The server uses this client input to start internal function and returns output data back to the client, like our weather application is more flexible and popular these days and easy to use. And the last part of this video, what are the different types of APIs? APIs are classified both according to their architecture and scope of use. We have already explored the main types of APIs architecture. Let's take a look at the scope of the use. Private APIs. These are internal to an enterprise or only used for a connecting system and data within the business. So these are private. Public people or from outside cannot reach to these APIs. Public APIs, these are open to the public and may be used by anyone. There may not be some authorization or cost associated with these types of APIs, public ones. Like there are some websites you can reach their APIs. Partner APIs, these are only accessible by authorized external developer to aid business-to-business partner. Like if you connect to the, as a Salesforce, you join or you connect to other external system, so will be your partner. Composite APIs, these combine two or more different APIs to address complex system requirement or behavior. So there are basically four types of APIs: private, public, partner, and composite. So thank you very much. I hope you have learned something new.